Derita, derita, derita. Stop, stop, stop. Mukare, mukare. Hop, 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 hop. Don't move. Asparagus.
Hi everyone. I'm out here with Kitty, and I think she realizes when I put a certain pair of shoes on that I wear out here. I think for some reason she understands I'm going outside, but she started her meowing fits and following me around, weaving back and forth in front of me and all that. You know, they're trying to get your attention, but you trip over them half the time. But I thought we'd come out. They came and mowed this morning, and it was wet when they mowed it. It had been raining a little bit, but it looks like it did fine. Mine would have bogged down and had clumps of grass all over the place. You know, like rows of clumped up grass and stuff. It just looked awful when it was wet. That's why we tried never to mow it when it was wet. So I've been doing some things. I got this pretty much ready now. You can see it's a little bit darker. I put 3 bags of soil on it. Actually, I could probably even use some more, but I might be able to get by with this. It's still clumped up a little bit. I need to rake it some or something, but it's pretty much ready now. I'll have to dig, what, 18, I believe I can fit 18 tomatoes in here, and 12, let's see, I got 18 peppers actually. Peppers don't need as much room in between them as tomatoes. I get 3 tomatoes to a row. This whole row here, I could actually get 6. I could get 6 peppers. So I'm gonna have one whole row of, if they're still looking good, of 6 banana peppers, and then I'll have 12 of the bell peppers, and then the rest of the space will be for tomatoes. That's pretty full once it gets growing real good. This one's pretty much ready. There's still a little bit of grass in it, but that's something you have to do all summer, just keep pulling it. Unless you can dig it up and get most of the root. Wherever you break it off, it'll still grow from that root. But that's coming out of a nut in here, I'm sure. What I just did. This one, yeah, just some grass is left to be pulled up. I got some of it, you can see right in here yesterday. There's some here and a little there. That won't take real long. But I'm going to concentrate first on getting the plants I have out, the tomatoes and peppers. These 2 whole beds are just going to be seeds from seed. No plants that are already, you know, growing. And it does fine. You'll see as this time goes on. Get a few of these little things out of here. But it's pretty much ready, and I don't think this needs more soil. Look how nice that is under there. You know, it's still looking pretty good. I mean, I think there should be enough nutrients in here because I didn't really overplant this one last year. I had some okra in here and zucchini and radishes and lettuce, I believe, over here. And right in the middle here I had some carrots, because if you get too close to the beans, which are going to be over here, or too close to the cucumbers, they'll just go right over the carrots. What I do is I'll take the cucumber vine and I'll pull it and put it in a different direction, and it'll just grow that direction. So I'm not really looking forward to digging 36 holes though. That might take me more than one day. I think I did it all last year, but I paid for it my knees got real bad after a while, and my back. I'll just have to take breaks. I'm not going to be, you know, I'm not going to kill myself to get it in one day. I can do it. I can do it, you know, another day too, or a couple, whatever it takes. These have been out here for quite a while, but they've got to be used to that sun, direct sun, and they're look a little bit, just a little bit droopy, but not bad. So I think they're going to have to be ready. You know, they'll get droopy just from transplant shock a little bit, but then they'll, you know, come out of that. Look, there's a rabbit. Look, kitty. See the rabbit? Hello. You look comfortable. You look awful comfortable there. Yes, you do. Having a good time? You're waiting for me to plant? So you can come and chew on the lettuce and carrots and stuff? You gonna take off? Say, I think the ones that are letting me get this close to them, it's possible they could be the ones that I saved out here, that the mother had basically kind of left them in my garden last year, and they got stuck in the bird netting, and I cut them out of it, saved them, you know. So I handled all of them, 3 of them, and I think they know me, you know. If I think that must be one of the ones that I probably had in my hands when it was a little bitty thing. Because they're not, I mean, most rabbits would take off when you just start moving towards them. I'm about 6 feet away, maybe. And it's not just running off. I mean, it's just moving a little bit. These are looking good. And it's okay. You can see different ones coming up, the seeds that I planted. How you doing today? I don't get out there and eat in my garden though. Okay? What do you think about that, kitty? Kitty's like, let me loose. This is a nice little shaded area here. I used to, I have a chair, you know, that folded out and you could lay on, like a lawn chair. And I used to bring it out here when the shade would be out here and sit and just listen to the birds. It's so relaxing. But it needs the fabric that's on it is fine, but it's the string or whatever you want to call it that ties it to the frame. It all started just breaking, so it needs totally redone. Oh yeah, I put a new suet out there, and I put a seed in both of those feeders, because I noticed there's several of them been out there. They ate half of a cake of suet in a couple days. I have a feeling that probably some of those, what are they called? Starlings. Them starlings, they'll go around in packs of about 30 or 40, and they'll just, you know, swoop down on that suet and the seeds, and they'll eat every bit of it in about an hour. It's unreal to watch them do it, but they do. They'll fight over it and everything. I have a feeling that's what happened, because that suet I put in there about 3 weeks ago, and it was just now half used, and then in one day it disappeared. So I walked around any place there was something trying to grow in these cracks. I'd like to have this driveway resealed, but it'd be costly. But I sprayed the weed killer on anything growing in the cracks, and then I got down here at the end and sprayed all this, you see, this stuff here, all the way over to the end of ours, and then I went all the way around, all the way down there to that tree where the storm drain is on the outside here, and sprayed it, because that stuff will grow up pretty tall, because it gets plenty of water whenever it rains hard, mainly if it's raining hard. It'll all come down through here just gushing, and that's why all that stuff gets plenty of water, the weeds that are growing. So I sprayed it up, the whole thing. Hopefully it's a good day for it, because when you spray weed killer, if it rains right afterwards, I don't think a lot of them, it might not do too good if it rains right on it. I think most of them after several hours, though, it doesn't matter if it rains or not, a lot of them. But obviously it's not going to rain the rest of the day, so I think I did perfect timing. Yeah, I mean, if I was mowing the yard today myself, enjoy, there's no way I would have been able to go around this whole house basically with weed killer, spraying places that needed to be sprayed. And I swept out the garage, not completely. I swept a good part of the garage out, and you know, there was a lot of leaves in there, and I put them in my compost back there. I've been working out here. I wouldn't have had time, and I wouldn't have had the energy. I'd have been already so sore and tired that I wouldn't have been able to do anything else. So that's one thing I especially like about having, you know, paying to have the yard mowed, is that I can do other things that I normally wouldn't be able to do. It doesn't, their riding mower doesn't do very good right down here at the bottom, though. I may have to get me some gas and just cut this little area, because I'd actually like to have some, since I got some dry leaves back there in my compost, I'd like to have some grass on top of that. And it doesn't, I mean, that's kind of high right there. I mean, it looks okay, but it didn't mow it all the way down like the rest of the yard, because it's at an angle, you know. They need them a push mower. They don't even have a push mower. They had two of those big, you know, commercial mowers and a weed eater, and I think they had a leaf blower too, because there was grass on the driveway, so they must have used the leaf blower. That's all they had, really. Of course, those things will turn around on a dime, but places like I just showed you, you know, it's just higher than the rest. I think it'd be good to have a push mower for little places like that. I mean, for them to have one, I mean. But I mean, I'm not going to complain or anything. If I want it to be any shorter, I'll get out here with my push mower. I thought that was some kind of a big old beetle, but it was a rock. You having fun? You're cleaning yourself again? What's up with that? Huh? Say, hey there. Hey. A while back, I looked through this little part back here, and she looked up at me and said, meow. She saw. I don't know if it startled her or what, but it's a nice day. And you know, like I said before, I also need to walk more because I did get a lot of walking in, pushing that push mower around. Yeah, I've got to try to leave these out. They're looking a little droopy, but it won't kill them. Like I said, they're going to have to be used to, you know, here. But you can see, I think right now it's probably about 5 o'clock, and you can see the shade is, the sun is over in this direction, this way, and the trees give it some shade over here, so this will just keep moving over and it'll be shade here in a little bit. That's the best time to work in this garden, is after the shade gets on. All right, what kind of bird is that on that stump? Let me see if I can get, I can't see good through here. Okay, let's see if I can get it down there. Let's try. Now it's turning the other way. I thought that was maybe a woodpecker, but I don't think so. I can't see it real good. It's hard to hold these still when you zoom in. Okay. Well, Kitty, have you had fun? Let's go, and I'm gonna leave them out in the sun as much as I can, because when they get a little transplant shock, if it's really hot and they're out in the hot sun too, it'll do a number on them. So that's why I'm still waiting a few days, because they just, what happened was we also had several days in a row of clouds and, you know, light rain and stuff, no sun. So that didn't help them get used to being out in the sun, you know, when they basically didn't get any sun those several days. So that kind of delayed them being ready. I'm sure I could go ahead and plant them, but they've got to be ready, or they'll probably die, and I'd have to end up buying some more, you know. I've got by fairly cheap, you know, using seeds, and, you know, those are better looking than the plants they probably got at Evergreen Garden Center. They've got some good ones there, but boy, you'll pay for it. I mean, they're expensive for the bigger ones, the nicer ones. You can get little bitty ones, and they're still not real cheap anymore. So I need those to be ready. I think they will be. I usually plant them when they're in the shade, and that gives them the next day, that gives them the rest of that day and overnight to get ready for their, you know, full exposure to the sun. So like once this is about ready, like I could plant right now, and it'd be a little bit cooler, and it's better for them too. If you plant them like in the morning out in the full sun, they're gonna have a hard day first. I'd wait until evening, you know, before it gets dark, but of course, but maybe start, you know, an hour or so before it gets dark. It'd probably take me more like an hour and a half to do this, at least. I'll probably take breaks. Okay. All right, Kitty, did you have fun? Look at her. Was you laying backwards? Huh? You're silly. What'd you do? Get stuck in there? You got your claw stuck in there? Is that it? Say. Let's see. I don't want her to get out though. Let me see if I can get my hand in here without you sneaking. There. There, you're unstuck now. All right, everybody. I hope you enjoyed today's Let's Walk and Talk with Kitty. I really need to do the walks every day, whether or not I make a video. I need to be walking a lot more. That would be good for me if I could. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I hope you'll press that like button. Also subscribe if you haven't already, and share this out, and hit that notification bell so that you get all my videos as soon as they come out. All right, everybody, I hope you have a great day, and we'll see you next time. God bless.